Everyone, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to start our chapter 3 of the ancient history series. Now these questions have been taken from the NCERT and both old as well as new NCERTs are covered in here from class 6 to 12th. Now this chapter we are going to do is Indus Valley Civilization. So let's straight away move to the first question of this chapter. Now this question has been taken from chapter 2 of class 6 old NCERT. Which among the following statements do not entails the Harappan culture was a civilization? First is people were living a more advanced life than those of the previous primitive ages. So the first statement is absolutely true because the Harappan civilization, the Harappan culture was known as the urban civilization. Okay. Now, various things about urban civilization, about the urban culture were to be seen, such as trade was there, developed city pattern, drainage pattern was there, proper roads were made, the roads intersected at 90 degrees. So, these were some of the elements of the urban civilization. So, this statement is true. The cities were well planned and great care was taken to look after them properly. Absolutely correct. Just right now, I've told you. The Harappan people knew how to write and their language was written in a picture like signs called pictographs. Yes, the important thing to know here is the Harappan people had a pictographic script which has not been deciphered yet. The longest pictographic script had 26 words, not more than 26 words. So the script was pictographic and it has not been deciphered. Now, the Harappan culture was spread over Sindh, Balochistan, Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, Jammu, Northern Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Northern Maharashtra. Now, this statement is absolutely true. Why it is true? Because this statement does not entail that the Harappan culture was a civilization. Okay, this shows the geographical extent. This statement shows the geographical extent of the civilization and nothing else. Okay. Now other things showed about the lifestyle, it showed about the culture, it showed about the scripts. This statement D is related to the geographical extent. That is why D statement does not entails or shows that the Harappan culture was a civilization. So D is the right answer. Let's now move to the next question. With reference to the pre-Harappan culture, which of the following statement is or are correct? The central zone of pre-Harappan culture was located in Sindh. Next is it is older yet more developed than the Chalcolithic culture. Now this is absolutely true because the central zone is known as Sindh because as many as 52 sites belonging to the pre-Harappan culture were found from the area of Sindh. Now this area of Sindh in Pakistan included various provinces of Pakistan, Amri culture, then Kot Diji is a place in Pakistan. So 52 sites were found in this location of Sindh. So that is why this is absolutely correct. Next is it is older yet more developed than Chalcolithic culture. Now the Chalcolithic culture was related to copper. But Harappan sites are older than the Chalcolithic sites such as Daimabad in Maharashtra. Then was Inamgaon. This is also in Maharashtra. Why? Because they were advanced features, the urban features that we have seen, such as town planning, proper drainage system, etc. These elements of urban culture were not present in the Chalcolithic culture. That is why this statement is absolutely true. So correct answer would be both 1 and 2 here are absolutely correct. Let's now move to the next question. Consider the following statement with reference to the discovery of the Indus Valley civilization. There were several archaeological cultures in Punjab and Sindh region prior to the mature Harappan culture. Absolutely correct. Now it originated in the northeastern part of the Indian subcontinent. Now this statement is absolutely wrong. Why? Because Indian subcontinent के northwestern part में the places have been found, such as Indus Valley civilization. From the way we know that it is based on Harappa. So Harappa is in Pakistan on the banks of river Ravi. Then there is Mohenjo-daro on the bank of river Indus. Then in Haryana, Rakhigadi is the largest site that is there in India. So this Indus Valley civilization was on in the area of northwestern India. So second statement हम eliminate करेंगे, 1 and 3 हमारा करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट होगा. नाउ थर्ड स्टेटमेंट जो है, द सिविलाइजेशन वाज फर्स्ट डिस्कवर्ड इन 1921 एट द साइट ऑफ हड़प्पा. एब्सोल्युटली ट्रू. इन 1921 द फर्स्ट साइट वाज डेवलप्ड, द फर्स्ट site was excavated, that was Harappa, was excavated by Daya Ram Sahni. Okay, so the third statement is correct, second one is not correct, so 1 and 3 is the correct answer to this question. Let's now move to the next question. The first archaeologist who excavated Harappa but could not recognize its significance was, so Alexander Cunningham. He was the first archaeologist who excavated Harappa. Now he was the Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India, and the excavation which was made by Alexander Cunningham was as early as 1875. Okay. Let's now move to the next question. Now this question has been asked in the MPPSC prelims examination as well. Now Mohenjo-daro is situated in which of the following? Now this Mohenjo-daro is located in the Sindh province of Pakistan. ठीक है. And this Mohenjo-daro is also known as the Mound of the Dead. ठीक है. C is the correct answer. Let's now move to the next question. With reference to Dholavira, which of the following statement are correct? Now it was located in the Sindh province of Pakistan. Now is Dholavira in the Sindh province of Pakistan? No. Why? Because Dholavira is in India. ठीक है, इंडिया में है ढोलावीरा. सो द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट. ढोलावीरा इंडिया में कहाँ? गुजरात के कच्छ रीजन में है, कच्छ रीजन ऑफ गुजरात. सो द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज नॉट करेक्ट. स्ट्रेट अवे हम आंसर पे आएंगे. 2 and 3 हमारा करेक्ट आंसर है. नाउ लेट अस सी द अदर पार्ट एज वेल. It was divided into 3 parts and shows all the 3 phases of Harappan civilization. Yes, it was divided into 3 parts. Generally, it was believed that citadel, the town planning, as per the town planning is believed, the town was divided into 2 parts, that is citadel and the lower town. But a unique feature was present in the Dholavira area, that it was divided into 3 parts and it showed all the 3 phases of the civilization. That is why it is true. एंड ढोलावीरा से रिगार्डिंग एक और इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है कि इट शोड द टेक्निक्स ऑफ वाटर मैनेजमेंट. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो इक्वली इम्पॉर्टेंट. थर्ड स्टेटमेंट हमारा उसी से रिलेटेड है, दैट ए हाई एडवांस वाटर मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम ऑफ हड़प्पन टाइम्स हैज़ बीन अनअर्थ एट ढोलावीरा. दैट इज़ वाई स्टेटमेंट 2 एंड स्टेटमेंट 3 इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. लेट्स नाउ मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Consider the following statement with reference to the cities of Harappan civilization. Now, Surkotada was a coastal city characterized by the mature phase of Harappan civilization. This is the first statement. And in Mohenjo-daro, the largest building is the Great Bath. ठीक है. Now, यहाँ पे let us see. Now, Surkotada was a coastal city and is characterized. We have to tell the incorrect statement here. So obviously 2 coastal cities if I talk about, one was Surkotada which is in Gujarat and other is Sukta Jindor. This Sukta Jindor is in Afghanistan. Both of these were the coastal cities. So the first statement is absolutely correct. Now second statement is, in Mohenjo-daro the largest building was Great Bath. No, not the Great Bath but granary, which was used to store grains. So the granary was the largest building in Mohenjo-daro, not the Great Bath. That is why only the second statement here is incorrect. So B is the correct answer. Next question. Which among the following Harappan sites is or are located in India? Now Lothal is there in Gujarat. It is located in India. Harappa is in Pakistan, Punjab province. So this is not correct. So 2 we are going to eliminate straight away. So जब हमने 2 and 2 को eliminate किया, डायरेक्टली हमें पता चल गया the answer is 1 and 3. Now Kalibangan is in Rajasthan on the banks of river Ghaggar. Mohenjo-daro is located in the Sindh province of Pakistan, and whereas Kot Diji is concerned, Kot Diji is also in Pakistan, Sindh province. And we have also seen that Sindh was known as the central area of the Indus Valley civilization. ठीक है, as many as 52 sites were found. इसका explanation हमने देखा था अभी. ठीक है, so 1 and 3 is the correct answer to this question. Let's now move to the next question. Now, consider the following pairs. Harappan sites and present day location है. Which of the following pairs are correct? We have to match the correct one here. Now, Alamgirpur is the easternmost site of the Indus Valley civilization and it is situated in Uttar Pradesh. So the fourth तो हमारा absolutely correct होगा. So fourth यहाँ पे एक में ही correct है. That is why we will get our answer that 1, 2 and 4 is correct. Now here Rangpur is given. If I talk about Rangpur, so Rangpur is there in Gujarat. ठीक है, Rangpur is in Gujarat and not Rajasthan. So the third statement is incorrect. रोजड़ी इज़ इन गुजरात, बनावली इज़ इन हरियाणा एंड हरियाणा में बनावली के अलावा राखीगढ़ी इज़ अ साइट. नाउ राखीगढ़ी इज़ अ साइट एंड दिस राखीगढ़ी इज़ द लार्जेस्ट इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन साइट इन इंडिया, नॉट द इंडियन सब कॉन्टिनेंट बट इंडिया ओनली. ठीक है, सो 1, 2 and 4 इज करेक्ट. लेट्स नाउ मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. द लेट हड़प्पन फेज इज फाउंड इन. नाउ late Harappan phase is found in Rangpur, Surkotada and Rakhigadi. Now the late Harappan civilization phase was found in it was found in not Surkotada, I'm sorry, Rangpur, Rojdi and Rakhigadi. As where as Surkotada is concerned, it belongs to the mature phase of the Indus Valley civilization and it was a coastal town and it is present in present day Gujarat. ठीक है, so 1, 3 and 4 here are belong to the late Harappan phase. ठीक है, let's now move to the next question. Now with reference to the IVC, consider the following statement. The Harappan culture extended from Jammu and Kashmir in the north to Narmada in the south and from Makran coast of Balochistan in the west to the Meerut in the northeast. This is the first statement. We have to tell the correct here. Now, Jammu में Manda is a place which is the northernmost extent. Southern में this is Daimabad, which is a town which shows the southernmost extent of the IVC. Makran coast, that is Sukta Jindor. In Balochistan, this is a coastal town. This is the westernmost extent and Meerut के पास ही Alamgirpur is there, which is in UP. This shows the easternmost extent. ठीक है, so this statement is absolutely correct. The spread of civilization was eastward and southward from Sindh and Punjab. Obviously, this is the Punjab का region and इसके अलावा east and south it constituted for the states of यूपी. इधर हरियाणा हो गया, ऊपर पंजाब तो यहाँ पे है ही है. देन केम द राजस्थान, देन केम गुजरात, सेंटर में मध्य प्रदेश एंड देन देयर वाज महाराष्ट्र. इन सारी जगह में आप देखेंगे कि इंडिया में मोस्ट ऑफ द इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन साइट्स आर देयर. ठीक है, मतलब ये पॉइंट समझने के लिए आपके दिमाग में एक मैप बनना ज़रूरी है इंडिया का, जिससे आपको पता चले कि हाँ ये कैसे रिलेटेड है. ओके, सो both the given statement here is absolutely correct. Let's now move to the next question. Now this part contains question about the towns and the planning structure. So let's start this part. Now the Indus Valley civilization was placed on the banks of which of the following river? Now Sindhu, that is the Indus river. इसके नाम पे ही Indus Valley civilization का नाम रखा गया है. It was there on the bank of Ganga river as well. So if I talk about the correct answer here, so no, it was not on the bank of river Ganga. Why? Because Ganga river के side पे most of the Mahajanpads, that were the 16 Mahajanpads were there. All these Mahajanpads were on the banks of river Ganga. ठीक है, in the middle Ganga plain. So Sindhu, Jhelum and Chenab are the region where this is present. If I talk about the sites on the bank of river Sindhu or Indus, then Mohenjo-daro is a place. Then the other place which is on the banks is Chanhu-daro. It is also on the banks of river Indus. If I talk about Jhelum, so the sites in Jammu and Kashmir, such as Burzahum, Manda, and in India also, that is sites such as Ropar are present on the banks of river. No, Ropar is on the bank of Satluj. Jhelum, Punjab में भी कुछ sites हैं that are on the bank of Jhelum and Chenab. ठीक है, so 1, 2, 3 is the correct answer. Let's now move to the next question. Which of the following statement is not true with the respect of the town planning of the Harappan culture? The Harappan cities were divided into 2 or more parts. Absolutely correct. The part to the east of city was smaller and represented citadel. Now this statement is not true. Why it is not true? Because generally the part to the east was larger, but it was lower. Now this lower part was called lower town. ठीक है. So the statement B here is not correct statement. ठीक है. Next statement है archaeological evidences of granary has been excavated from which of the following sites? So granary has been found in Mohenjo-daro, Kalibangan as well as Harappa. So all of these places granary have been found. Now in Mohenjo-daro, I have already told you that the largest building in Mohenjo-daro is the granary itself. ठीक है. Other than that, Kalibangan and Harappa में भी granary मिली है. So all of these is the correct answer. Next is, which of the following is incorrect in the context of the Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro? Now the Great Bath was a special tank that was lined with bricks coated with plaster. Correct. Next is, the Great Bath was made watertight and the use of natural tar was there. Absolutely correct. There were steps leading to the Great Bath from the 2 sides and there were rooms on all the sides. Absolutely correct. Water was probably brought in from river and drained out after the use. No, this statement is not correct because water in the Great Bath was brought from the well, and this Great Bath is to be believed that it is related to the rituals which were performed during the Indus Valley time. ठीक है. So this statement is not correct statement here. Let's now move to the next question. Consider the following statement with reference to the Indus Valley civilization. The house in the Harappan culture were arranged in a grid system. Absolutely correct statement है. Next is, the roads cut across one another at right angles. ये मैंने आपको बताया पहले भी. And the city was divided into several blocks. Absolutely correct. Now the lower town was made up of brick house and were inhabited by the ruling class. The ruling class, I told you when I was explaining you in the NCERT series. एक और series मैंने बनाई है जिसमें कि NCERTs करवाई है मैंने. उसके explanation बाद में I have told you that the lower town में common people lived, and it was the upper part which was also known as citadel. It was a place which was inhabited by the ruling class people. ठीक है. So 3 here is not correct. 3 को हम eliminate कर देंगे. Only 1 and 2 statement is correct in this question. ठीक है. Let's now move to the next question. With reference to the citadel, consider the following statement. The citadel was located in west to the city, which was smaller and higher. Obviously the citadel was smaller. Why it was smaller? Because few people lived in here, and it was located in a height. ठीक है. Statement is correct. The citadel has a distinctive structure called warehouse. Absolutely correct. Where the things were stored. Now the structure which is related to warehouse is Great Bath also. Granary का भी माना जाता था. It was used to store grains. Next is, the Great Bath was also located in the citadel. Absolutely correct. The Great Bath as well as the granary, warehouse, all of these are believed as a part of the citadel. So 1, 2, 3 सारे के सारे statement given here is absolutely correct. Next is, the burnt brick were used in the construction of building in which of the following civilization? Now the use of burnt bricks were prominent in Harappa and Mesopotamian civilization. ठीक है. Burnt brick were used in Harappa and Mesopotamian civilization, whereas Egypt used dried bricks. ठीक है. So this you need to know, important point hai. So 1 and 3 is the correct answer to this question. Next, consider the following statement with reference to the drainage pattern of the Harappan cities. Most of the houses, big or small, had its own courtyard and bathroom. Next is water flowed from the, we have to tell the incorrect statement. Water flowed from the house to street which did not have drains. The remains of the street and drain have also been found at Banavali. Now, if we talk about the incorrect statement, the second statement is incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Because the water flowed from the house to the street and street had drainage. I already told you that the Indus Valley civilization was well known for its water management and drainage system. Okay, the drainage were made first and then the houses beside the drainage were made. So this showed a proper town planning. ठीक है ना? So the second statement here is incorrect. Only the second statement is incorrect. Rest 1 and 3 दोनों के दोनों statement सही हैं. So P is going to be the right answer. Now the questions are now related to agriculture and domestication of animal. The evidence of plowed field is found in which of the following city? So the plowed field is found in Kalibangan. Kalibangan is there in Rajasthan. ठीक है? Plowed field has been found at Kalibangan, Rajasthan, whereas terracotta plow, इससे भी related question पूछा जाता है. Terracotta plow. This terracotta plow was found from sites in Cholistan and Banavali. Now this Banavali is in Haryana. ठीक है? इसका आंसर D होगा. Let's now move to the next question. Among which of the following sites the terracotta model of plow has been found? अभी मैंने बताया चोलिस्तान में, बनावली में. These 2 and 3 are the places where it was found. ठीक है? Now, if I talk about Chanhu Daro is located in the Sindh region of Pakistan and was exclusively related to the craft production. ठीक है? And Rakhi Gadi, as you all know, is the largest Indus Valley civilization site in India. ठीक है? Terracotta model of plow has been found in Cholistan and Banavali. So 2 and 3 is right here. Next, evidence suggests that irrigation was probably required for the irrigation in Harappan civilization. Which among the following sources of water were used for irrigation purposes? Now, irrigation purposes के लिए canal, water reservoir, well, all of these were used. ठीक है? Canals has been found in the area of Sortugai. This Sortugai area is in Afghanistan, जहाँ पे canals का use होता था. ठीक है? But canals were not used in the region of Punjab or Sindh. ठीक है? Now water reservoirs were found in Dholavira, Gujarat, and wells were also used mostly in Punjab region, Punjab and Sindh region. We have also seen that in Mohenjo-daro the water in the Great Bath was brought from wells. ठीक है? So 1, 2 and 3, all of the given here is correct. Now, which among the following animals were known to Harappans? Now, Harappan knew about elephant, rhinoceros, camels. इन तीनों के बारे में पता होता था. Lions were not known. ठीक है? Now, if I talk about the elephant, rhinoceros, camels, these were known to Harappans and these were, all of these animals were found on the seals. Beside this animal, if I talk about the domesticated animals by the Harappan people, so the domesticated animal include oxen, buffalo, goat, sheep, pigs. ठीक है? These all were domesticated. Lions were not known. So 4 we will eliminate. 1, 2 and 3 is correct here. Let's now move to the next question. Which among the following crops were cultivated by the farmers of Harappan civilization? Now cotton was known to them, barley was known to them, rice was known to them. Potato was brought by the Portuguese. It was introduced by the Portuguese. ठीक है? So this is not true. ठीक है? Sugar cane was also introduced by the Europeans and both of these crops were introduced in India in the 16th century. So 1, 2 and 3, these all were known to the Harappan people. Let's now move to the next question. Now this section includes the question on trade, technology and crafts. The people of the Harappa were well acquainted with the manufacturing of bronze. They made bronze by mixing. So this is a basic question. Bronze is a mixture of copper and tin. Okay? So this is more kind of a science related question. Okay? The copper was brought from the Khetri mines, and these Khetri mines are in the state of Rajasthan. Okay? And tin was brought from the area of Afghanistan. A is the correct answer. Now, which metal has not been discovered by the Harappan site? Now, copper was known, gold was known, silver was known, but the iron, the use of iron started, the introduction was of iron started from the Vedic age. So, iron was not known to the people of Indus Valley civilization. So, D is the correct answer. But obviously, because Vedic age में is also known as the iron age. तो Vedic age में ये iron introduce हुआ था. That is why it was not known to the Harappan people. Next is, what are the mineral sourced by the Harappans and the regions? Gold was brought from South India, absolutely correct, and it was brought from the area of Kolar mines, which is famous, and this area is in Karnataka. Now, यहाँ पे correctly नहीं है, incorrectly है, ये ध्यान रखना. Lapis lazuli was brought from Afghanistan, absolutely correct. Tin brought from Jammu and Kashmir, which is absolutely wrong. Why? Because tin was brought and sourced from Afghanistan. ठीक है. Copper was sourced from the Balochistan, and also copper in India was derived from Khetri mines. ठीक है. Tin mostly from Afghanistan, that is why this is incorrect. So C is the correct answer. Next question देखते हैं. Which among the following evidences suggests that the importance of trade in the lives of Harappan people? Now, presence of granaries, yes, these were used to store grain. Presence of seals, yes, this is absolutely true. Then there was uniform script, regular weight and measures, yes. It seems that all of the given here is absolutely correct. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, all of these suggest that the Harappans had the trade relation. Now, the trade relation were with the Mesopotamian civilization. ठीक है. So ये भी आप ध्यान रखेंगे. Next question देखते हैं. Consider the following statements with reference to the cultural contact between the people of Harappa and Mesopotamia. Now, in Mesopotamian text, the Indus Valley has been referred as Meluha. Now, we have to mention the correct statement, incorrect statement. So, first statement absolutely correct है, that the people of Harappa, Indus Valley, were called as Meluha in the Mesopotamian text. Now, the inspiration behind the efficient town planning of Harappa was the cities of Mesopotamian civilization. Now, this statement is incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Because the elements of urban planning or the town planning were missing in that of the case of the Mesopotamian civilization. Harappan people were more advanced and they were independent, and this idea of urban civilization, they did not borrow it from the Mesopotamian civilization. The condition of Mesopotamia with regards to the urban civilization or the urban culture was way behind that of the Harappan culture. Okay? So we have to mention the incorrect statement. So only second statement given here is incorrect. Next is, for facilitating trade and commerce with Central Asia, the Harappan people established a trading colony. Which of the following is the place? Now, this place was northern Afghanistan. Now, for facilitating trade and commerce with Central Asia, Harappan people established their colony at northern Afghanistan. From there, they had trade relations with Iran, with Afghanistan, and Mesopotamia से भी उसी एरिया से relations establish किए जाते थे. So, D is the correct answer. Next is, which among the following is an incorrect match for the region mentioned in the Mesopotamian text and their present day location? Now, Dilmun. Now, this is the incorrect one, because Dilmun, Bahrain was known as Dilmun, not Iran. Magan was known as Oman. Uruk was known as Iraq, and Meluha was known for India and Pakistan, which is Indus Valley civilization people. ठीक है. Dilmun was known as Bahrain. ठीक है. A is the incorrect statement here. Next is, Chanhu Daro, a tiny settlement in the Indus Valley, was best known for. Now, while explaining the earlier questions, I already told you that Chanhudaro was related with craft production. So let us see which of the following is related to craft. Now, bead making is related to craft. Then other than bead making, shell cutting, seal making, metal working, weight making, so all of this is related to crafts only. ठीक है, D is the correct answer. Chanhudaro is present in the Sindh province of Pakistan. ठीक है जी, D is the correct answer. Now let's move to the next question. Now this question is asking, consider the following statement with respect to the trade and commerce in the Harappan culture. Now Harappans carried out trade in stone, metal, shells, etc. within the Indus culture zone, and these exchanges were carried through barter. So this statement seems to be, now we have to mention the incorrect statement. So this statement is absolutely correct. Barter system was prevalent and they had trade relation and they did trade in stone, metal, shells. So the first statement is true. So incorrect तो नहीं हो सकता, ना तो D ना तो A, because one option में है. Next is the Harappan knew the use of wheels, carts and practiced navigation on the coast of Arabian Sea. So ये भी statement हमारा correct है, because they knew Afghanistan, northern Afghanistan से trade relations establish करते थे peoples of Mesopotamia. The Harappans had commercial relation with Mesopotamia. However, they failed to establish trading relation with Afghanistan and Iran. Now, this statement is incorrect because the region of northern Afghanistan was used to establish relations with Afghanistan and Iran. So, the third statement that is given here is not correct. Next question देखते हैं. Now, which of the following is likely to be true regarding the political organization of the Harappan civilization, Harappan society? Now, it was ruled by a king and their kings. So, correct statement बताना है हमें. तो क्या the king का कभी नाम सुना है आपने हरप्पन civilization के context में? बिल्कुल नहीं. There was no king. No evidence of king was found from the Harappan civilization. So the first one is incorrect. Straight away हमें पता चल गया आंसर 2 and 3 है. ठीक है. But let us see the other options as well. There was existence of single state. Correct. Harappa was possibly ruled by a class of merchant. Yes. Why? Because trade and commerce was at advanced level and they had trade relations with the Mesopotamian civilization as well. Iran से भी relation था and Afghanistan के area से भी relation था, trade relation था. So most likely it was ruled by a class of merchants. So 2 and 3 हमारा probably is the right answer. Next is, consider the following statement regarding the Indus Valley civilization. It was predominantly a secular civilization and religious element, though present, did not dominate the scene. Absolutely correct. During this period, cotton was used for manufacturing textile in India. So दोनों के दोनों statement हमारे बिल्कुल correct हैं. C हमारा सही आंसर होगा. ठीक है. This question has also been asked in the IS preliminary examination as well. Next is, which of the following do not characterize the people of the Indus Valley civilization? They possessed great palaces and princes. No. And temples. No. This statement is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because the people of Indus Valley civilization, they did not build temples. Nature के form का worship था. Pashupati was worshipped. Then female goddess was worshipped. ठीक है. So the forces of nature were worshipped. Temple worship started very late. ठीक है. And Buddha was the first one whose idol was worshipped. ठीक है. So ये palaces and temples, they did not believe in making such things. These palaces, great palaces, were made although in the Mesopotamian civilization, but not in the Indus Valley. So we have to mention the correct statement here. Do not characterize this. हाँ. So one was obviously not the characteristics. Second is, they worship both male and female deities. Yes, Pashupati was worshipped, mother goddess was worshipped. So both the worship of male and female deities is absolutely correct. They employed horse-drawn chariots in warfare. Now these horse-drawn chariots in warfare were used by the Aryans or the Vedic people and not the Indus Valley civilization. ठीक है. So 1 and 3 here are not the characteristics of the Indus Valley civilization. ठीक है. C is the correct answer. Next is, which among the following is not a true inference about the mother goddess figurine of Mohenjo-daro? A plant is shown to growing out of the embryo of the woman. करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट है, क्योंकि मदर गॉडेस वॉज अ फिगर ऑफ फीमेल फर्टिलिटी. गुड क्रॉप प्रोटेक्शन थ्रू एमुलेट्स, वियरिंग एमुलेट्स, ताकि नेचुरल डिजास्टर से बचा जा सके. सो द नेचर वॉज वर्शिप्ड. सो द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट है हमारा, टेराकोटा फिगराइन रिप्रेजेंट्स मदर गॉडेस दुर्गा सिमिलर टू नाइल गॉडेस इसिस. ठीक है, नो, गॉडेस दुर्गा, द वर्शिप ऑफ गॉडेस दुर्गा स्टार्टेड लेट इन अराउंड 6th century and it was related to Hinduism. The people of the Indus Valley did not have religion of their own. ठीक है, so this is completely incorrect statement. The Harappan looked upon earth as the fertility goddess. Correct. The mother goddess, also denoted as mother earth, as symbol of creation, motherhood and fertility. Yes, all of this statement is true. B statement हमारा जो है that is not correct at all. Next is, which among the following animals have been depicted on the seal alongside of that of the Pashupati? Now elephant seal का was there, oxen was domesticated but it was not there in the seal. So second we will eliminate straight away हमारा आंसर 1, 3, 4, 5 and 6 है. टाइगर भी डिपिक्टेड था, बुफेलो, राइनोसोरस, डियर एंड हॉर्स, ऑल ऑफ दिस वे डिपिक्टेड. ऑक्सन सील में नहीं था. ठीक है, 1, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is correct answer. Next is, consider the following with reference to the tree and animal worship. One horn unicorn was the most important animal worshipped in the Harappan culture. करेक्ट है बिल्कुल ये स्टेटमेंट. द पीपल ऑफ इंडस रीजन वर्शिप पीपल ट्री. यस, पीपल वॉज ऑल्सो वर्शिप्ड. हड़प्पन पीपल बिलीव्ड इन गोस्ट एंड एविल फोर्स एंड देयरफॉर यूज्ड एमुलेट्स. एमुलेट्स का मैंने अभी आपको बताया. सो ऑल ऑफ द गिवन स्टेटमेंट इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. एमुलेट्स वे फाउंड इन द एरिया अराउंड हड़प्पा. ठीक है, वन हॉर्न, ये सारा वन हॉर्न यूनिकॉर्न और राइनोसोरस इट वॉज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड. सो ऑल ऑफ दिस स्टेटमेंट इज given here is absolutely correct. Now which among the following statement is not correct? The earliest city to be discovered in India was Harappa in Punjab. Now this is correct statement. The historian have deciphered the picture like signs called pictographs and they were used by the Harappan people. Now this statement is not correct because I have already told you the pictographic script that was used by the people of Harappan Valley civilization has not been deciphered. इसमें लिखा है कि it has been deciphered but it has been not. So B हमारा not correct statement है. Next question देखते हैं. Consider the following statement with reference to Harappan script. The signs in the Harappa script ranges from 375 to 400. The longest inscription contains about 26 signs. तो ये second statement तो हमारा absolutely correct है. The script was written from left to right. ठीक है, नाउ इट वॉज नॉट रिटन फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट बट इट वॉज रिटन फ्रॉम राइट टू लेफ्ट. जस्ट लाइक राइट टू लेफ्ट विच वॉज रिटन अशोका के इंस्क्रिप्शन में there was a language, there was a script that was used and this script was also written from right to left and the name of the script was Kharosti script. ठीक है, so the third statement is incorrect here. Second statement हमारा correct है, first भी correct है. So only 3 is the not correct statement here. Next देखते हैं. Now this statement is, which among the following animals has been featured on the Harappan seals? One horned bull, buffalo, rhinoceros, elephant, tiger, goat. So all of the given options here are deciphered and are given in the had been featured in the seals. ठीक है, one horned bull, buffalo, rhino, elephant, tiger, goat, all of these have been included. So D is going to be the correct answer to this question. Next question है हमारा, which among the following is or are correct match for post urban settlements? Now Patan is there in Gujarat. Patan is there in Gujarat. So this is correct or incorrect? So absolutely correct. Ahar culture is in Uttar Pradesh. No, Ahar is not there in Uttar Pradesh. Ahar is in Rajasthan. Now second हम eliminate कर देंगे. First हमें पता है is correct. Now Bhagwanpura is in Punjab. No, it is not. Bhagwanpura is in Haryana. So Gilund is in Rajasthan, this is correct. So 2 and 1 and 3 here is absolutely correct. So 1 and 3 हमारा correct answer हो जाएगा. Now next is, there are mention of post urban settlements and the description. Gilund is the regional center of Ahar culture, absolutely correct. Gilund is there in Rajasthan, ठीक है. Daimabad has largest Jodhway settlement, correct है. Daimabad is in Maharashtra, ठीक है. Next is Swat Valley, southernmost outpost of the late Harappan culture. Now it is not the southernmost outpost, but northernmost outpost. Northernmost है ये, ठीक है. Third one is incorrect. Other than that, 1 and 2 is absolutely correct, ठीक है. Now with this, we are done with the chapter of Indus Valley Civilization. You can like this video if you want. You can share the video if you find it beneficial, ठीक है. यू कैन कमेंट डाउन अगर आपको किसी सब्जेक्ट पे वीडियो चाहिए तो, एंड यू कैन कमेंट द एफर्ट्स दैट आई हैव मेड. कैसी लगी आपको ये वीडियो? थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग. कीप स्टडिंग.